Greetings one and all to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and I tend to play a lot of Brotato while just listening to various music or podcasts or audiobooks. And I have 56.2 hours on Brotato. This is what I've managed to beat. You have no idea how strongly I've been very much interested in installing various things in the workshop. Some of it's new characters, some of it's cool little mods and stuff that's, you know, new items, new weapons, and makes the game more chaotic. Which just sounds fun. But it's kind of a roundabout way of cheating on the game. And then there's just outright cheats in the game that would give me infinite lives or whatever stats I wanted, like 1 billion critical. Trying not to do that, I want to at least beat the base characters as is. The ones that are blacked out like this are the ones I have yet to actually beat. Let me know in the comments which of these characters I should play next. I don't know who I'm going to play for this run. But yeah, first, we're going to go through the ones I still have yet to beat. Mage, Generalist, Multitasker, Pacifist, Streamer, Artificer, Explorer, Entrepreneur, Speedy, Farmer, Sick, Saver, Gladiator, Glutton, Jack, Lich. Oh no, I beat Lich. But that was a fun one to play as. Cryptid, Fisherman, and King. Now, there is a random feature that lets you pick one randomly, but I feel like I should have more options with random. Like, I should be able to pick, hey, I want to pick random, but give me a character I have not beat a run with yet. That way I could hop into a character I haven't beat the game with, but at random. But yeah, let me know in the comments which of these characters that I have yet to beat the game with you want to see. Or if there's a character I already beat the game with and you just want to see me play through it, and let me know, and I'll just do it for the lols. And heck, if there's something cool in the workshop you think would be cool, well then I'll probably just play it and yell cuss words at it. Honestly, I think this well-rounded is probably the best character. If I actually beat everything, I'll probably just play this character and I won't have interest in playing anything else. I mean, this character's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Fucking sucks. Kinda crappy. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. That's a lot of fun. This one's a lot of fun. This one, honestly, like, this brings up the point. Multitasker. Oh, plus 20% damage, and you can equip more things. That's cool. But here's the thing. -5 for every weapon you have. If you give me 12 weapon slots, I'm going to have 12 weapon slots. Here's the thing. You could give me 1 million weapon slots. I will want to play fucking endless. And I want to fill every fucking hole. Why? Like, that's a mod I want. That is a mod I want. That actually just a mod. The only thing it does is it removes all the fucking red words. Everything that's for a character that's a negative fucking stat. Everything that's an item like, oh, you gain +8 harvesting, but you lose 1 melee. How about this? Here's what we're gonna fucking do for the fucking mod. You take away everything that's in the fucking color red, okay? You make it where there's no fucking negative stats on anything. Everything's just positive stats across the board. And on top of that, all the stats are tripled. So like this, it's going to be plus 60% damage, and the whole -5% damage for every weapon, that's gone. Also, anything that's in green when it comes to these little special quirks when it comes to character, triple that too. Give me 36 fucking weapons! Okay? That's the mod. That's the mod I'm specifically asking for. And here's the thing. There's more shit you can do with it. But if you make this mod based off listening to me, mention me in the mod. Not because I want credit, because fuck that. I don't fucking give a shit about that. It's so I can find your fucking mod. Granted, you can just tell me in comments. That works too. Whatever. I don't care. I need to be able to know the mod exists to play it. Okay? Let me know so that I can install your mod and then yell at the computer. Or rather not yell, because it'd be fucking awesome and fun. There's no reason to be pissed at it. I'm just saying this. Everything in red is gone. Everything that is green is tripled. That's what we're fucking doing. That'd be awesome. Okay, this one's okay. I don't even know how the fuck you're supposed to play this. It was okay. Meh. Yeah. This one's okay. This one's actually useful. Meh. It's okay. Meh. This one I thought would be good, but I've gotten my ass kicked on it so much. This character is actually phenomenal. This is good. This one's okay. Yeah. And like I said, most of these characters would be pretty much overpowered, guaranteed wins. Just from, like, this. But imagine, like, look at this. What if everything that was green was tripled, and everything that was red was just fucking gone? Meh. That's a really good character. This one's a lot of fun. Meh. This one's interesting, and it is all green, but the whole you can't heal in any way, that was actually a bit of a challenge. Also, what the fuck's going on with this person? Like, obviously, yes, I lose max HP for every different tier 1 item I have. But there's times where I've, like, had just tier 3 items and I kept losing max health. What's going on with that? What I don't understand. Like, in theory, this character could be overpowered. But and that's the thing. So apparently other people, like, do these amazing runs where they're going, like, round 700 or, like, 60 or something. Or just, like, 40s regularly and doing, like, millions of criticals damage. I'm like, I have never had that much of a broken run. Heck, I don't even think I've ever had a run that I would even consider broken. I just don't think I have very good luck stack. You know, in real life. Then again, maybe just not good skill at video games. This one's okay. You either get really good or you don't, but when it worked out, it was like you have a lot of projectiles. It's cool. This one's meh. This one's more of a pain when you're trying to fight the final boss because you need to move and it's just like you're having to like start, stop. This one is the one I beat the danger level 5 with. It was a little bit of a challenge, but it's mainly just a bunch of scissors and healing. No, that is not an accurate description of Corpse Party or Higurashi or Elfin Lied. Knight's okay. This character was just kind of odd. But it was okay. You know what? Play a multitasker. Now you're saying, I haven't played this character in a little while. Okay. So we are penalized for having additional weapons. So you would think the best strategy would be to just have one weapon. However, fuck that. Now that being said, like imagine if I had like 30 of any of these individual things. Then I'm not sure if my computer would handle it. Shurikens or slingshots? Maybe I could go shurikens and try to go crits. Also, here's the other thing. There are 6 difficulty settings, and it was understandable that it was a little bit challenged to go up these ranks, and especially Danger Level 5. But here's the thing. Most time, like once I beat Danger Level 5, I have never played above Danger Level 0 since. And I think I beat level 5 at like 20 hours in. Here's the thing. I have lost like 90% of my runs minimum, if not 99% of my runs. And 99.99% of my runs have been danger level 0. So I think the best way to describe it, I could say, oh no, this game is unfair, blah 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 blah. No, I'm just fucking suck at this game. But I'm still having fun. Hell, here's a good way to look at it. Super Meat Boy. The original Super Meat Boy. Challenging as fuck. I fucking cussed the shit out of that game. But I still beat the fucking shit out of that game. Because it was still, yes, it was ridiculously hard to the point that it felt unfair. But it was fun. And you were able to get back into action really quick. One thing that really makes a rage game not interesting to people is this. It doesn't matter how hard or how easy a game is. If you feel bored, then what's the point? You have to have something to you have to feel interested in it. And 2 is that if you're given a bunch of downtime between each death, that's just going to drain your motivation to where you're just going to be bored. Because that whole time you're just sitting there and watch, you want to be able to try it again. And then you die again immediately, and then you have to wait 10 seconds. You like Super Meat Boy, you at least restart immediately. And here's the thing. There was a sequel made by, Ed McMillan. Which, here's the thing. I've spent 1,000 hours playing The Binding of Isaac. I'm only going to hop back into that if there's some sort of new interesting mod or something, that I won't be bored playing, because I feel bored at even the idea of playing The Binding of Isaac. But if there's something that makes me interested in it, sure, let's fucking roll those dice. But yeah, it's just nothing really seems interesting on that yet. But here's the thing. Super Meat Boy Forever. I don't know if it's harder, or I tried to play some of it, and I'll tell you this. I don't remember anything about the respawns or anything. But I do know that with some rage games that it makes you wait forever. You have to if I'm playing the game with my controller, but then I gotta reach forward and touch the computer every time I die, I'm going to fucking stop your game. Because I'm why do I need to fucking touch the computer? I don't like using the keyboard. Granted, it's nice that it's always an option. I think it's always better to have more options in games. But here's the thing. I don't want to have to use the keyboard. I want to have to use the mouse. I understand if the game is made for that. That's cool. I understand that. That should always be an option. But I don't care if the game is explicitly made for a mouse or the keyboard. I want to be able to have full controller support. I want to be able to play the game with my controller and not fucking touch my computer or have to plug in a mouse or touch the fucking trackpad or any of the buttons on the computer. I just want to use the controller. But yeah, Super Meat Boy Forever. The running, it felt clunky, it felt slow. It's like Super Meat Boy, it was hard as shit, but it kept me interested. Super Meat Boy Forever, I just felt so fucking bored. Also, another reason why I tend to not play this style of game, like the Vampire Survivors, Rogue Amnesia, Spellbook Demon Slayers, my computer can't seem to handle Spellbook Demon Slayers, is that a game like Vampire Survivors, hence, the Brotato genre, well, to put it very simply, they're good games. But I have a tendency just to space the fuck out while playing these games. It doesn't lend itself good to commentary. Not that I have anything fucking interesting to say. But I'm just saying that it's a fun little casual game like the Vampire Survivor stuff to just play yourself. It's fun, I definitely recommend it. It's enjoyable. It's cool. I like it. Brotato is a good game. And it's actually very cheap. Same with Vampire Survivors. It's a really good game. Granted, Vampire Survivors isn't exactly going to win any awards for like groundbreaking visuals, but it's a good game. Also, it's one of those games that you'll probably play for a bit, and you'll probably put it down, and you'll come back to it after a while. But it doesn't lend itself, like, it is so hard to resist the urge to just space out. Yeah, like this. Like, it's a good game, it's just... And it's not like it requires a ton of, like, button inputs and planning and strategy. So it's not like I have to be distracted and I can't, like, focus on some sort of other conversation. It's just that there's nothing to prompt a conversation. That's the issue. It's... I want crits. I mean, it's not that it's a very distracting game. Heck, it's a sort of game you could probably sort of space out and play. In fact, I kind of, like I said, I'll usually listen to, you know, music albums or radio podcast stuff or audiobooks while playing this. And that's cool and all, and I'll just sort of be spaced out playing this. And I'm actually, the whole time I'm playing this game, I'm paying more attention to what I'm listening to. Like, if I'm listening to music, I'm going to be paying more attention to music. If I'm listening to podcasts, I'm listening more to what people are saying. If I am listening to an audiobook, I am listening to the awesome, incredible story that is unraveling, and I'm trying to picture it in my head, rather than actually paying attention to the game. And I don't know if, like, the creator of Brotato is like, stop ignoring my game. I'm like, I'm playing it. I'm just doing other stuff. Okay? Ow! You know what? I can try to talk about video games. What's that? A person doing a let's play talking about a video game? Sure. You're like, but the shuriken's a melee weapon. Yes. But only 25% of its damage is melee, I think. So I think the other 75% is supposed to be ranged? How does that work? Also, the thing, like, at the end of the level, like, you get your money you collect. The materials, like, we see coins up there. But then you see, like, the little purse at the bottom, which is stuff you don't pick up. What is going on with that? What is the purpose of that? What is that actually accomplishing? Like that little bag over there. What is that for? Why does that exist? What does that accomplish? I have played like 60 hours of this game. I don't know what it fucking does! It's like fucking Robo Warrior. I'll say this. The very best game ever made for the NES is Dragon Spirit the New Legend. It was made by Bandai Namco! And we're dying. We're dying. I don't want to do that. It's too early in the run! Nothing even... I probably touched me. I didn't see it. Anyway. I don't know why I was bringing up Dragon Spirit the New Legend, but it's the best game ever made for the NES. And then we have Robo Warrior, second best game ever made for the NES. They have great soundtracks. Alright. Because it's like Bomberman, except you're trying to save the environment by blowing up all the trees. You're also a robot person that can't swim, and you're using inner tubes to try to cross rivers. Also, your time limit is just the fact you're constantly dying from low battery. And the most dangerous thing in the game is you, because you can drop like 4 bombs in a row and 2 bombs on top of each other, but each bomb does half your health. So at any time, you can just kill yourself, as there's flying triangles and skeletal birds and human skulls with the spines crawling around like snakes, and there's Tetris pieces that actually turn into fucking spiders, and then there's crawling octopuses made out of metal, and then you have little, like, you have Rimuru from Reincarnated as a slime, but then he becomes a demon and like flies around and starts sucking you off. And then you have the wheel of a pirate ship that keeps flying around, but it's got a head of a praying mantis. And you have powers like lightning and the ability to shoot in 4 ways, and boots that make you run faster, and nuclear weapons, and chainsaw handheld missile launchers, and a few other, very reasonable items. And of course you have your gun, but your main purpose of your gun is to shoot the various enemies so you can harvest their souls into bombs. And then, like I said, you have to save the environment by blowing up all the trees. And it's like Bomberman. You're going from this one side of the stage to the other side. It's a sideways scrolling level. Anyway, as you're going through this, and you're trying to save the humans who have been conquered by space aliens and are corrupting the environment. So again, you have to blow up all the trees because that's where all the resources are. Now, of course, you also have candles and lanterns that help you in dark places. Otherwise, you can't see anything. And the different stages are made of different materials to blow up. It's mainly trees, but it's different shaped trees. And some of those things look like metal columns from Greek times. Some of those things are like various types of cones, because you can only render a tree so well in 8-bit graphics. But it still looks really fucking awesome. And there's I'll tell you this, the music for all these games is absolutely incredible. Go listen to the Robo Warrior soundtrack and the Dragon Spirit soundtrack. They're 8-bit music from 1987, and it is fucking awesome. Heck, even Swords and Serpents, that's a great soundtrack. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's a 1987 Dungeons & Dragons game. It's very good. It's got great music. It's really good. The only thing that sucks about it is it's so fucking hard and convoluted and confusing, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Then, of course, that's the same most NES games back then. You guys remember playing Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2? Don't tell me you fucking knew what to do in that game and how to get to those castles. Oh, you need to stand by this one fucking ocean and eat garlic while punching a tornado. How do you and the internet didn't exist back then. Cell phones didn't even exist back then. Okay? And yet nowadays, I'm pretty sure if you ask anyone in the modern day what a payphone is, they're gonna be like, it's the same thing as if you ask them what a rotary phone is or a telegraph machine. That's still kind of funny. They try to fix the Superman thing, now he's got the Sailor Moon transformation. But now I'm like fucking Skeletor, joke's on you, bitch! I'm into that shit! I think it's hilarious! But yeah, Robo Warrior. And of course, there's various boss battles too. But here's the thing. You have to go through the stage. And at the very last square of that sideways scroller, you have to get a key. And that's how you open the door to fucking go to the next stage. But in 1 out of every 3 stages, there's a special item called a chalice, which is also called a sleigh. Many things are multi-purpose and have multiple names. It's just convenience, and it makes a little bit more flavor when it comes to human conversation. It also just makes things more descriptive and allows more nuance for any kind of discussion you might have. Hell, Grant, I mispronounced the... What the fucking hell? Why can't I say thesaurus? But yeah, and that's something that could be interesting. It's interesting sometimes just to sit and read a dictionary or a thesaurus. Says the person who found Super Meat Boy Forever fucking boring. Yes, I said your game's fucking boring, Edmund McMillan. And I fucking will sit and read a fucking goddamn dictionary while watching paint dry. Edmund's like, why are you having an erection though? That's not important. That being said, I have played like a ridiculous amount of Isaac, and I did play Super Meat Boy. I know it's a fun game. I'm just saying, Edmund. And I saw your little Tetris thing, and I'm like, it just didn't really, you know, get those juices flowing, if you know what I mean. Like I said, I don't play a game. I don't care how hard or how easy it is. The game could be easiest thing in the world. Heck, it could be a visual novel. It could be a thing where there's no skill required. I'm just sitting there passively. If I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. I don't care how easy or how hard it is. If I enjoy the game and I'm still interested, that's cool. I'm gonna keep into it. But if I'm like bored or just in general, like we all have life, I have stuff I gotta do. Heck, sometimes I work a little bit overtime, and I try to go to the gym, and I try to do other stuff. So it's, of course, you know, life. There's things I want to do. But it's cool to hop into a game from time to time just to sort of have fun. But yeah, the chalice, the sleigh. It looks like a king's crown, like the royal jewels of fucking England. Which that's kind of it's just, they don't, I think they might explain it in the book. But when was the last time you had a fucking pamphlet showing you the explanation of an NES game? So, but here's the thing, if you don't get that, when you get to the second last screen before the screen that would have the key, it just loops you back to the start of the game. And here's the thing, most people that hop into the game, they don't have the paper pamphlet to explain that you need this item. All they know is that for 2 hours, the fucking same level, level 1, and that's the thing, they choose to introduce this mechanic on the very first level. So you don't even know what the fuck's happening unless you actually read the book. Beyond that, it's a great game. Dragon Spirit, the New Legends, actually based off of a game for the arcade called Dragon Spirit, which technically they're different games. The graphics and music are different. It's not just different audio quality, it's like there's some different aspects to the musical scores, but they're both good. Same thing with the graphics. The graphics are different, but they're both good. And there are differences and nuances when it comes to the levels, the enemies, the stage progression, the bosses. They are essentially different games, but they're pretty much based off each other. Dragon Spirit the New Legend was a sort of, not just boot, you know, port, it was a sort of sequel. You play through most of the same levels, but a lot of stuff's updated, there's new stuff. The other thing is this, there's an easy mode and a hard mode. There is no normal. And what determines your difficulty is if you die in that very first level. If you die in level 1, you become Gold Dragon, which is easy, which only lets you play through half the levels. And when you get to the last level, you only play 1/3 of the final level, and the boss only has one form. You have double health, you shoot faster, you're stronger, and the enemies are less aggressive. And then you just beat the first level, at which point you have to play every level with a much harder thing. And of course there's limited lives and no saves because it's a fucking NES. Your games were a little less forgiving back then. Anyway, great music, and your stages is technically stage 0 that determines your difficulty was actually the final stage castle of the arcade game, and you fight Zawell. You know, the Lunar. Then again, yes, so many bullshit. Yes, and it sounds fucking pretentious as hell. Fucking bullshit joke. It's like Lunar D8, the lunatic angel. Eldritch horror femboy Neko. The appetite, lunar paradox, the night moon of Zawell. It's just a random string of bullshit, pretty much. Not just pretty much, it is. It's just a random string of bullshit. Because I'm just being an asshole and I'm being facetious. You're like, what is facetious? It's being sarcastic, but with extra steps. But anyway, in Dragon Spirit, then you go to the Paleozoic Zone. which is like, dinosaurs, and you fight the Loch Ness Monster. And then you go through a desert, and you fight Jean Grey from the X-Men. And then, well, it's a volcanic. You got volcanoes and stuff, and phoenixes and stuff. Then 3 is the jungle, which is cool. It's got probably more memorables. And then you fight the Deku Tree. You just fight an angry, creepy tree that's like murdering people and spewing, radioactive cats at you. And then you go through a graveyard where you fight a zombie dragon. And then you go through an area called the caves, where the walls try to hurt you, and everything's moving, and it's more ambient, and then you fight a giant spider. Then you go through the land of cocaine, and you fight, I don't know, like Space Harrier 2 or something. Then you have the Under Mermaid Sea, Under the Sea, Little Mermaid world place. The place that Disney seems to think that you're copyright infringing on them because of the music from that or something. I don't know. Under the sea, and then you fight Ariel's dad, who is actually a radioactive horseshoe crab that is spewing out stuff from demonophobia. Then you go into the depths, the dark quarters, where you can't see anything, the lights keep turning on and off, and you're fighting, uranium-filled jellyfish. And then you fight Gene Simmons. Then you go into the final castle area. And you fight a bunch of various things. And of course, you only fight 1/3 of that level if you play it on easy. But you play all of it if you're on. And it's basically a place full of, giants and dwarves and witches and all sorts of magical enemies. And bullshit fucking I Want to Be the Guy, Battle Kid, Fortress of Peril, Mountain of Torment, spikes of javelins rushing out of the fucking disposable fucking Brotato bricks. And toward the end, you fight Golda, a Redditor modder who's just flashing you over and over. But then, if you beat him, you go, and of course, like I said, the easy difficulty I would recommend playing first, because it gives you training to play normal, but also, if you beat the game on easy difficulty, you get a different ending. And granted, it's a joke ending, and it's not the main ending that's really cool, but the joke ending is hilarious, I like the artwork, and it makes me laugh. And it's hilarious, and it's worth doing. And you should play the easy version first, because you get that different story ending. Anyway, so after you kill the Redditor mod, he then turns into a space alien, flying a spaceship, throwing lava basketballs at you, while you're basically playing Breakout, with the Death Star. And you're like squinting at it, like, is that Anakin? Anyway, so that's that game. And of course, the NES, other games I thought were really cool, were like, Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3. And of course, when it comes to NES or Nintendo stuff, of course, you have to suggest, Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario World. Heck, if Super Mario World was ever on Steam, that'd be cool. Then again, Pokemon Yellow was a fun game as well. There's people out there that do Ash percentage speed runs. That's okay, whatever. Then you have what else? Right. Well, go to other consoles. Sega Genesis. You have Shining Force. You have Sonic Shuffle. You have Sonic the Hedgehog. You have 1, 2, 3, Sonic Knuckles, Sonic Shuffle, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast. There's a bunch of different Sonic games. They're all a lot of fun. The Vector Man series, Powerball. It's like football stuff. You have Desert Strike. Basically, it's like the Iraq War stuff from the 90s, with you're flying a helicopter, shooting people around explosive barrels. It's got an interesting soundtrack for that game too. You have Chiquito. Well, no, that's a PlayStation 1 game. We'll get to that later. But I won't mention that again. Chiquito. It's a fighting brawling game, like fighting brawling games. I don't know, like Battletoads or something. Back on Sega Genesis, Kid Chameleon, Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, Space Harrier, all sorts of games like that. Then, of course, PlayStation, you got the best game ever made for the PlayStation, Brave Fencer Musashi. But you also have other games. Like, honestly, all the Final Fantasy is good. Of course, PlayStation, 7, 8, 9. Though, if I had to, I would recommend, especially since most people would probably play 7, 8, 9 first, I'd recommend Final Fantasies 4, 5, and 6, and Tactics. Those are the 4 I would suggest. It's pretty cool. There's Shining Force EXA, Dot Hack series, Grandia 3, Star Ocean Till the End of Time. They made a second Brave Fencer Musashi, but wasn't as good. Like I said, Brave Fencer Musashi, best game ever made for the original PlayStation. You are saving the all-you-can-eat kingdom from Thirst Quench Empire. Everything's a food pun. It's a good game. You can tell that they wanted to include more, but they couldn't because of the limitations of the PlayStation. That's an interesting story when it comes to the whole origins of the very first Crash Bandicoot when it came out. But I would like to see a Brave Fencer Musashi 3 and a Mega Man Legends 3 for like a PlayStation 5. I don't own a PS5. I own like an 8-year-old PlayStation 4. But I will buy a PS5 if Mega Man Legends 3 comes out. But of course, Mega Man Legends is good. Mega Man series in general is real good. I'm just crap at it. I'm like really, really bad at it. Of course, on the old PlayStation, you have games like Jersey Devil, Gex, the Gex trilogy. Heck, they're doing a redo of that, a remaster that's going to be released on Steam sometime next year. That's going to be cool. You have the Croc Legend of Gobos. They even made a sequel to that. Jersey Devil, Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Of course, Spyro the Dragon. Heck, I'll say this. I love my mom, and some of the best memories I have with her is, just sit and play some video games with her. Like Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, Robo Warrior, Dragon Spirit. Stuff like that. Or just her cooking food, and I'd be sitting in the kitchen just talking to her about stuff. So, that being said, I'll usually visit her whenever I get a chance and, play some Battleship or something. That little board game. Wonder how many storms we're going to get later, because it's supposed to rain at some point. I'll tell you this. I'm kind of an asshole. Like, granted, in the past, when I was younger, I would probably walk in rainstorms and thunderstorms a bit. But I've kind of lost the interest. It's kind of like I did a bunch of camping once younger. I'm an Eagle Scout. I spent like 7 years in Boy Scouts or some shit. 6 or 7 years. Did a bunch of camping. Never again. Fuck sleeping on the ground. I like my queen-size bed. I like my comfy bed, even though I don't spend much time in it. I need to sleep more. Heck, I have this tea that I haven't drank in a long time. I bought it a few months ago, I think, to try to help me sleep better. It's a mix of chamomile flowers, lavender, I think hibiscus or some other kind of flower that's supposed to relax you. What else? Peppermint leaves. And catnip. Actual fucking catnip. You're like, why would catnip be in tea? Because it's supposed to have a sedative effect on humans. And all in all, from what I remember, I think I only brewed a couple cups. It actually doesn't taste bad, even with no sweetener. And of course, you can add sugar or other flavors, which are probably kind of self-defeating to going to sleep. But like I said, I brewed it without any sweetener. It's really good. And of course, they actually make flavored sugars out there, which is a weird concept. Like, here's sugar, but it's also got the flavor of dark chocolate. But then again, I remember seeing places like that, they would actually have here's sugar, but it's mixed with ghost peppers. I'm like, why would you do that? Granted, I'm a person who likes spicy foods. Granted, I think I need to stop eating spicy foods. I don't think my stomach can handle it anymore. But I've never I like chocolate, I like spice, but I don't like it mixed together. So it's why would you? It's just, what's the appeal? But I understand. Some people find that, heck, I remember one time I saw a Godiva store. I was able to get a dark chocolate soft serve ice cream. That's the thing. Why doesn't, granted, I understand it wouldn't sell as well and like anytime a store has to have multiple flavors, they take a bit of a risk. I'm just saying this. What if Dairy Queen had more flavors of soft serve ice cream? That'd be pretty neat. Yes, I'm the worst Batman villain ever. I don't hurt anybody. I don't break any laws. I just follow Batman around, talking about my feelings, and then we get Dairy Queen. That's pretty much it. Everyone's like, what the fuck has been this video? I'm like, this is not professional. Like, that's the only thing consistent about this channel. There is nothing professional. I have a complete lack of any amount of professionalism. I'm just a guy rambling at my computer. But if you're here listening to me, I appreciate that you're here. Here's a high five. Heck, if you want a head pat, I guess I can tap the microphone. That's one thing I considered an idea at some point. Like, what if I bought a binaural microphone thing and tried to do ASMR? But then again, one, I would have no idea what to really say, so I'd probably need some sort of script or something, or just try to figure something out. And two, I really don't think I have, the chops for it. I don't think I am a big connoisseur and a great enjoyer of ASMR, but I don't think I'd be good at it. I think I'd be quite horrible. But besides, the other problem is this: I'd have to try to stay focused. I would be so tempted, like even if I was reading a fucking script, to just start talking about random shit. I'd be like whispering in your ear, and all of a sudden I would start screaming about like Hercules: The Legendary Journeys or Batman: The Animated Series or something. So that's not going to work very well. And I'm struggling to remember what the fuck I was talking about a moment ago, because I was saying something about video games or something. I can't really remember anymore. Shit. Like, I can't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about various video games, and I can't really remember much of anything. Yeah. Well, I'll probably go and end the video. I don't know, I would definitely recommend some anime, like the 1995 Slayer series, or the 1995 movie, The Odyssey, starring Armand Assante, or Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, Tenchi Muyo, Trigun, Overlord, Reincarnated Slime, Akudama Drive, but yeah, I kind of forgot whatever I was talking about. Anyway, yeah, it's so tempting to install mods and just like cheat, because like I'm playing on the lowest difficulty. I'm still getting my ass kicked. But I don't know. Anyone got any game suggestions or anything? I should probably take a nap or something. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. We accomplished nothing. But hey, I'm glad you guys hung out with me for a while, and I hope you guys all have a good day. So, hope everyone out there has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Well, I hope everyone out there is happy and have all the hugs and head pats you could ever want. Heck, if anything, I suggest listening to some Nightcore music, or some Korn, or some Pokemon soundtracks, or Rammstein, or Bruce Faulconer from Dragon Ball Z, or some Nobu Uematsu, Final Fantasy music. Heck, I have a art book called Dermond. It's the Art of Evangelion. That's pretty cool. I like that. Heck, there's Guiz. Guweiz. That's some really good art. Well, later, everybody. Yes, I know you're still there. I have to click stop record. Bye, guys.